Hey friends, I have the whiteboard out because I want to share with you a concept today that I've been working with several teams on when we're talking about establishing more trust and connection with the team so that we can really learn and grow in new ways with each other. This is a concept from Amy Edmondson that my business coach has shared with me and I thought was very helpful, especially in an environment where you have a leadership change and they have different styles. This is something that you can kind of take the team through and maybe do an audit with your team about where you are and how you're performing and how you can get better. So let's walk through. I've already set up the basic axis, but on the vertical axis we have psychological safety. So high at the top, low at the bottom. And then on the horizontal axis we have low accountability to high accountability. And if you could imagine, this is 4 different quadrants. I kind of want to walk you through the concepts of each quadrant. So we'll start down here in the lower left corner with low psychological safety and low accountability. That is the apathy zone. This is the zone where people don't feel safe really at work from a psychological standpoint, don't really feel like they can show up. Maybe they don't feel like they're cared for, they can't trust their leader, and they're not being held accountable. Expectations aren't clear, so we have pretty low performance. In this corner, we have the comfort zone. The one that we all love to be in because we feel safe from a psychological safety standpoint. Our leader has made us feel cared for and heard and seen, like we can show up, we can express our ideas, but they might not be holding us accountable. So we're not performing at the standards that we should be. We might feel a little bit complacent, and we're not being pushed or encouraged or challenged to meet our full potential. Again, this is a good place because it feels good, but from a performance perspective, there's a lot left to be desired. In this corner is the anxiety zone. So in this corner, we have high accountability. So it's clear what your expectations are and you're being held to them, but you don't feel psychologically safe, or you don't feel like you can be true or honest or speak up or maybe ask questions. This could be a obviously highly anxiety-inducing space to be, and this is especially tough when you have different types of leaders in an organization that live in one of these 2 quadrants. So I've been noticing, for instance, in my personal life, I think I tend to be this leader right out of the gate that causes the anxiety zone because I'm so idea focused and I'm really focused on proving my value through ideas. So I don't spend enough time creating psychological safety with a new team. And that can be especially detrimental if the leader before you has been operating more out of this comfort zone and people feel like you are challenging them or threatening. It can almost feel threatening even though you're just really trying to innovate and push new ideas and new initiatives. So just something to think about. Then we're going to end with the zone we want to be in. Oh man, I know I was going to screw this up at some point. So that's supposed to say the learning zone. But the learning zone is obviously high accountability and high psychological safety. This is where teams really start to innovate, really start to have some great conversations. They can show up, be fully themselves. They can be honest about what they like and don't like. Everyone can share their opinions and their values out loud. And we can stay open to learning lessons and coming together and making things work as a team and get things pushed across the line because everyone understands there's clarity of boundaries, there's clarity of expectations, and we're just feeling really good and humming along. So again, this is an Amy Edmondson concept. I think all of us could recognize that at some point in our careers we've been in the different zones, or maybe you can recognize right out of the gate what zone you're in now. And if you want more tips for how to maybe move from one zone to the learning zone, I'd love to have that discussion with you offline. Have a great day.